Hey, good morning, YouTube. How's everybody doing this morning? Running a little bit behind the power curve here. I had to go out and shovel snow, or at least get ahead of it. We've actually got real snow this time. Ain't messing around. I can call it shoveling. I definitely got a little bit this time around, so that's all good. So running a little bit behind here. Give everybody a minute to catch up. I haven't got my tabs or nothing ready, so I'm gonna be searching. So help me out a little bit. Give me some topics. Give me a little bit of information out there, whatever you might have. And we'll get this started on a Friday. I think there's one big topic that I'm probably going to dedicate to a chat this weekend, but for this morning's purposes, we'll just breeze right by it. So here you can see the lay of the ground this morning, and we're getting a little bit more snow than what that shows here too, because it's got to be covering the better half of northern Nevada right now. Our snow situation. There's definitely a lot moving out there in the middle of the U.S. Let's look out here. Calling for that another storm out in the Northeast we've talked about yesterday. It's still coming. So y'all get to look forward to that. But did want to hit this bridge collapse in Miami real quick. I saw that and I think I misread some of the situation out there. And also, basically, California has become a rogue state. If it wasn't already, I mean, I guess it's just the proof of all the suspicions we all had before anyway. If I can find a link to it. Hey, good morning, Tommy Boy. How you doing out there? MLong 5151 and Barry Wood joining us in the side chat. I'm going to have to look for it myself, aren't I? So California's all proud of themselves. Because they have foreigners running their country now, or their state. They need to become a country and just get off our radar. Pull this over. But if you didn't see, which you may not have, an undocumented immigrant, an illegal, has been appointed to a state post in California. So the government of California is paying somebody from another country to do government business and have influence over policy and decision making in the state of California. You can't get more foreign subversive than that. You know what I'm saying? Get out of California while you still have a chance. Which you may not have a chance, but it might be too late. He's on the California Student Opportunity and Access Program Project Grant Advisory Committee. Advises the California Student Aid Commission on efforts to increase college access for students from low-income or underserved communities. So, foreigners determining where your money is going to go within your state. On a feel good program, though, everybody feels good about it, so it'll be all right, I'm sure. We need to discuss this further in a chat this weekend on my opinions of this, but yeah. California's done. I've said it for a long time. Oh, man. Everything in the market seems to be going relatively sideways for the last week or so. Been very little to report since they had those hissy fits a couple weeks ago. Just been kind of bouncing up in a range, just sliding sideways. It'd be interesting to see what's going on. Between the tariff news, interest rate news, nobody wants to do anything out of whack. As I mentioned up here, all the turmoil in the White House personnel, lots of uncertainty, war with Russia, yada, yada, yada. This bridge collapsed down there in Florida, and I didn't know if I read it right. When I read it, I thought it said that it was a brand new bridge, or was it the light new that they were parked at? And I got some bad information there.
We should note the school is closed. It is spring break.
That's the news flash update there. It says a 5-day-old span. So yeah, the bridge itself was 5 days old. That's the most bizarre thing I think any of us have ever heard of. It's a pedestrian bridge. It wasn't even a traffic bridge, so it was designed for pedestrians and fell on vehicles. I think those are the people that died, the ones in the vehicles. They may not have been able to identify exactly. Maybe somebody was on the bridge, but it wasn't like there was a bunch of people up there. It wasn't an over big crowd or nothing like that. $14.2 million pedestrian bridge was supposed to open in 2019 as a safe way to cross a busy 6-lane road, and now it's gone, as well as several people. Unreal. We're talking about our crumbling infrastructure. We can't even build stuff right anymore, apparently. I don't know what they're really going to have to figure that out. Yeah, they were all proud of opening it early and everything, I believe. I've actually got a YouTube video on the development of it and everything. Unreal. The company is stunned. The company is probably going to be out of business after this lawsuit. I don't see this going well for them. Manila Construction. Yeah, bad days for them. Indeed. Of course, it's too early to know, but everybody, I think, acknowledges there was definitely something wrong. The March 10th is when they lifted it to temporary supports and was rotated and lowered to its permanent position over the busy road 4 days ago, basically 5 days ago. 5 days before the accident, I guess you'd say. More of this is some video when they did it from the university. This is on Twitter. The high speed fast forward motion. So yeah, it looks like it was built off-site. They brought it on-site to do this final piece. Unreal. But let's go back here in the side chat, see what's going on. Good morning, 3 a.m. I have a hard time saying 3 a.m. That's too early for anybody. Mr. Cogburn's with us. Right on. Thanks for joining. As of time now, good morning. How you doing? So just the bizarre story of the month. I guess we'll leave it at that. It's definitely an unusual situation. We'll hear more, I'm sure, on that and what actually happened or how it happened. But definitely didn't live up to standards. Miami Herald link has got several response videos, it looks like. So that'll make your daily drive under all these underpasses and overpasses a little more sketchy. Figure if one's been there for 5 days, classes, what's going to happen to the ones that have been up for 20 years? Plus, in a lot of cases, 50 years probably. What else is going on out there? California's falling apart. Florida's falling apart. Everybody all of us caught in the middle. We're just hanging out, waiting for the end, right? Wait for it all to come apart even more so. It seems like. Trying to get in the habit of dropping these links and saving them over as we go through, working on my process. But yeah, we are definitely getting some snow here. I saw a lady out of Maine's video from this week. It wasn't directly from yesterday because I don't think she's had the ability to put it up because of the storms and whatnot. But Maniac Granny out of Maine had a video of them shoveling like 26 inches of snow. I felt guilty because we've only got a couple inches. It's like, man, the old folks are having to deal with getting shoveled out of that. I can handle my few inches, but getting that cleared out. Uh-oh. All right. See what we got in the side chat here. Tommy boy, you stay home and watch videos, so you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, right. Yeah, we'll see how many corners were cut there. Talking about cheap parts and working bad workers and stuff like that. We'll see how much effect all that had if they actually get into a real investigation of this thing. If it doesn't become a whitewash. So just going to browse here. Like I said, I was unprepared to a large extent because I was out shoveling snow this morning. We're blaming Russia for a power grid attack. I saw that in a couple places this morning. Yeah, it was the main headline on Drudge. Let's see if this is a cyber attack or if this is a physical attack. This is a cyber attack. Okay. Cyber attacks, a campaign of cyber attacks stretching back at least 2 years, target on the power grid. First time we've ever accused them of hacking the American energy infrastructure. It's always been North Korea. It seems like interesting choice of pictures. I was like, where's this picture at? That's actually our industrial center up here at Reno Tahoe where Tesla's at. That picture there. That's an interesting choice for Reuters to make. They said a multi-stage intrusion campaign by the Russian government cyber actors targeted networks of small commercial facilities, malware, conducted spear phishing, and gained remote access into energy sector networks. Not naming names of who was actually infiltrated or targeted. So more prodding the bear. On and on it goes, back and forth. Treasury Department imposing sanctions on 19 Russian people in 5 groups. Oh, that's the decision yesterday, to impose those sanctions on those 19 people in 5 groups. It coincides with that. Malicious email campaign dating back to 2015. Lists in other countries, Turkey and Switzerland and other countries. And that was a Symantec warning. Those cybersecurity people, Symantec, were warning about those back in 2015, different attacks from Russia. Well, that's an interesting story. Look into your who's hacking who. All right, we're down to about 10 minutes remaining. Let me go back out and check the side chat, see what anybody got any ideas. I just got sent a link to a story that I'm going to put in the in the bottom description bar, but I don't have the ability right now to pull it over from my phone just yet. But a situation dealing with Oklahoma tribal lands looks interesting. Congress, of course, has screwed the natives for many years, but there may be an issue of tribal lands and some tribal issues there. I got to pull this up and get to study it, but I just got it sent to me and looks be fairly interesting. I'll put it in the description box below. Anybody interested in land rights, Native American rights, etc., it'd be pretty interesting. Rooster has an idea. Why don't we stop being afraid to speak basic truths in public? Well, I think that would be selective as to whose truths are we talking about and who are we talking to and who says we're afraid. I think the general populace, doesn't want to entertain conflict in public. I think that's a truism. Politically Incorrect, good morning. Thanks for joining us. 3 a.m. Asked if we're doing a hangout tonight. That's hit and miss. It depends. I mean, Tony's pretty solid on doing Friday night chats. That's kind of his thing. So Tactical Tony on his El Norte channel now. What does he call it? Vegas Norte Vegas Tony or something like that. I can't keep track. He keeps changing the channel name. But that's where that would be at if there is a hangout tonight. At least, I mean, there's several others, I mean, that vary the range. But if we're talking about things like what this type of subjects, Tony would be the one to go to for stuff like this, news or updates on stuff. Again, I might do a hangout about that California situation if I get situated this weekend. That would probably be Saturday, as my lights flicker off. Which means my internet probably flickered off there for a second too. So hope you guys have a good Friday. Close out your week strong. Don't have to work for the man. I like how everybody sends me links on every method but through the side chat here. Tactical Tony just posted over in the People's Tavern chats a video of a ski resort cableway breaking. I have to click through that link. That's Georgia being the country Georgia. Not, I don't know that they have skiing in the state of Georgia. Look to see if I can pull that up. All right, Rooster, I'll get you the name of that channel. I will get a link to his backup here if I can pull it up, which I can if I can just work my computer without stumbling. He seems to change the name of it every other week, doesn't he? Well, that's not going to take too. That's going to take too long. It looks like. Let me get over here. You guys are sitting out there chatting it up. Hopefully, and I'm stumbling through the internet. Yeah, Rooster. This is what we were talking about earlier. California is being run by foreigners now. This was posted earlier. That's what I was talking about. The fallout in California. But I will put Tony's new channel name in the description box as well, if I don't pull it up here in the next 2 minutes or so. And a link to the People's Tavern chats as well. A lot of his stuff gets linked over there. It's a Google Plus group community that he made. I can pull that up right now. I think I have to. Some members have to be added by Tony, I think, but you can ask Tony to add you. Either way you wanted to do that. That's the People's Tavern chats community group right there. And let me pull in his channel name. It looks like the cableway in Georgia didn't collapse. It sped out of control. So ski lift, basically. That'd be a lot of fun. If you've ever ridden on a ski lift, it starts getting out of control. That would not be a fun feeling. Tony's got too many backup channels. You know what I'm saying? Post half his stuff on them and just uses the one for the live streams. Politically incorrect. California needs a wall built around it. Well, we need a selective wall. The state of Jefferson needs to form and get it done. Get the state of Jefferson formed and tell California to come stop them. You know what I'm saying? And then we could build the wall on the west side of the Sierra down. You know, you cut everything out from just the north side of Sacramento south, and then we're talking. But we can't just give all of California up, I don't think. I don't think all of it is beyond repair. Basically, everything over in the Central Valley South, yeah, I would say that's probably where we're at. Tone Norte, Las Vegas. There it is. That just took me way too long to find. I'll put that in the side chat there. So that's Tony's primary channel for now for his chats he does. So subscribe, check it out, share, etc. Keep an eye on it. But that's where his chat will be, because he got his Hangouts revoked over on the Tactical Tony 702 channel. If you haven't been following that situation, so you can follow there. Jay Kurt, good morning. How you doing? Paul Preston is Paul Preston. All right, for New California, is that what's the idea behind that? What's wrong with the state of Jefferson? you already got something that is in the works. Why mix it up? There were people floating out the idea of the whole 6-state solution or whatever for California, but it basically wrapped up Jefferson into the Bay Area and Sacramento. It's like, yeah, that's got an agenda behind it. I think they all want to distract from the fact that pretty much the state of Jefferson exists. It's just a matter of doing it peacefully. Okay, I found the Paul Preston. Looks like I'll drop this in the discussion in the side chat here for everybody that Rooster was talking about. Oh, so this is about the state of Jefferson as well. His channel is. I do follow some of the double cross channels that are on here. So that's something to check out for any of the West Coasters. Don't know if anybody in the East cares so much. They just want California out of their hair. All right, I'm running behind here, folks. I'm going to have to cut it loose. Thanks for joining us. Again, links will be in the description box. Do look out for those chats this weekend, what may be involved. Go out, have a great day, and live free.